Hey YouTube, this is my first video, so if I screw up or make any errors, I'm not going to be editing it in any way, shape, or form, so I guess you'll get to enjoy all those bloopers, but I just wanted to make a quick video as I hit 100 days here and give some of my thoughts on tips and tricks in the game to help new players progress in a meaningful way for ideally the cheapest amount of money or the least amount of money as possible. And my first and number one recommendation would be you need to focus on building up your ops teams. Even if you don't like the heroes, even if you're trying to just build people that you like, I mean, if you find that fun, by all means, feel free to do it. That is, at the end of the day, what the game's all about is having fun. But if you want to try and get the most value out of your time, I would recommend investing in Space Racer. So, Space Racer is going to do a bunch of stuff for you for a fairly low investment. At level 600, 660, he is going to get you very far. He's going to get you a lot of rewards in the event ops. He's going to get you a decent amount of progression in the GDA ops, such as train and gain, downtown destruction. He's great in both of those, but more importantly, the event ops is what he is typically used in. And for such a low investment, that's what you want to be focused on, because the higher you can go in the event ops waves, the more free currency you get. The more free currency you get, the more free stuff you get from whatever event might be going on at the time. So with that being said, after Space Racer, I would invest in for Aquarius. So you don't have to have them pink, you don't have to have them orange. A Elite Plus will do just fine. I would personally take him to pink. I don't know why. I just personally like it more. And you unlock the you need to take him to Exceptional Plus to unlock his third skill here, but he does not need to be at that to get a huge benefit by any means. So if you get four of these at Elite Plus and put him in your event ops wave, he will do you wonders in the beginning of the game and help you get that progression on your account much quicker. After that, I would recommend Anissa, because she has this wonderful second skill here that debuffs all, so not just human enemies. She debuffs the entire enemy team for each human on the enemy team. And that's huge because you get a big Anissa stacking that debuff on there, and Space Racer can just mow through the waves, and you'll notice a significant increase in your wave capability in events and your regular ops if you do those two things. After that, you have Blue Mark. He is going to be a great asset for you in ops. His number 2 skill is the one you want to prioritize here. And then Tech Jacket is also very good for events and event ops. We just had the Wish event where there was a weird team comp that ran 4 Tech Jackets. I'm not sure if that's going to wind up being a common thing now or not. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how the game plays out to see if that's going to be the new best investment or not. It was kind of a one-off thing at this point. Another honorable mention here would be Agent Spider. Agent Spider's second skill, massive critical hit chance increased by 20%, crit damage by 21%. 20%, excuse me. So if you can get that up and combine him with the last line of defense, like Tech Jacket or, no, Aquarius is not last line of defense, sorry. I think I mostly just combine mine with Tech Jacket personally, but You can even put Agent Spider in a wave with Space Racer, the fish, 3 fish that is, and a tech jacket, and that will also blast you through waves. But those are your priorities. Universa is kind of power crap. I know there's a lot of videos out there recommending Universa. She does not do nearly as well as Space Racer. At least not for the amount that's required to invest in her to get to the same point that Space Racer can do and half the resources used. My next recommendation would be events for your account. The biggest mistake new players can make is refreshing this for gems. Spending your dossiers here. You don't want to spend any dossiers here unless there is an event going on for dossiers. With the exception being maybe your first 2 or 3 days you start out and you're trying to get some heroes just so you can have some progression. I can see that. But for the most part, 99.9% of the time, avoid this at all costs. Do not, no matter how tempted you are to click the button, do not do it. Wait for the 2x, 3x, or even the 5x elite events. Just hold, hold, hold. Wait for that event. It will come eventually, and then you will make out like a bandit. Events like this, so special recruitment. It's not very, especially as a free-to-play player, it's not very good as far as the return on investment goes. It's extremely expensive, and you don't get a whole lot out of it. I would typically just avoid this event. There's a couple events that you want to watch out for, and I would recommend them in order of importance. Would be number 1 is wish events. So the wish events are, to my knowledge, keep in mind I've only played this for a little over 3 months, but I have looked up a lot of things. The wish events are in Easter, 4th of July, Halloween, and I'm going to assume Christmas. I haven't been around for a Christmas or Halloween one yet, but a lot of people do say Halloween, so I'm going to stick with that information that I got from the community on that. That is the number 1 event in the game. Spend everything you have on a wish event. Spend it all. Spend all your gems, get all the gem deals you can. You want to blow everything you have on that event to maximize your return. The second event, in my opinion, is going to be the GDA Cloning Frenzy. It has 10x elites. So it also has its own currency, so unfortunately you can't be spending dossiers on it, but it'll be set up similar to this event, but with 5 heroes. It also doesn't refresh every half hour, so your shop level will remain. But you can get, I believe it's 2, 3, 5, and 10x. Maybe not 2, but you can get all the way up to a 10x multiplier on an elite and get 10 copies of that elite for 1 pull. It's extremely beneficial, especially for new players. I would also spend everything that you have on that event. My third, I have kind of a tie with the Hero Bootcamp and arts. The reason I have that tied together is because of a silly feature in the game that kind of restricts newer players, especially if you're spending money. Hero Bootcamp is the end-all be-all for gaining experience. There is a metric crapload of red, blue XP in Heroes Bootcamp. The caveat to that is it's based on your login days. So, with that being said, if you're a free-to-play player, your login days, your account's probably not going to look like mine, and you're probably not going to need as much experience as I do to progress in the game. But at 90 days, I have not seen one since I hit 90 days, but at 90 days and 180 days, those rates go up significantly from their previous. I think before 90 days, it was like 20 million blue XP, which isn't really good. At 365 days, you can get 200 million blue XP off of one pull. That's extremely beneficial. I would recommend, if you're a new player that's spending, to avoid Heroes Bootcamp until you get to 90 or 180 days. If you do want to participate in that event, I'd recommend grabbing the molecular enhancements or the special molecular enhancements, because that's about all that event's really going to be used for you. As a free-to-play player, it might be beneficial for you to grab that XP because your account might not be progressed as far, and you could still use 20 million XP, and it might get you very far in leveling up your ops teams and getting you those free rewards reoccurring to your account. So those are the main events that I would look out for. I would save for. Arts is what I use for XP. Hopefully that'll change since I hit the 90 days. But arts, if you are 15, 30 days logged in, I find that the arts event, which is over, it's a equipment event based on your shop level. And during the arts event, all these rewards are multiplied, if you will. Not the omnipotent gear, but so we see down here you're only getting 30, 80, 200k, 500k. So during an arts event, you might get 20, 30 million, etc., etc. But I find much easier to get that XP on arts than it is Heroes Bootcamp for a new player that's spending money. And I also, starting out in the game here, I would say to buy all the stuff in here that pops up in the shop for gold. So you don't want to go broke on your gold. But when there's something in here like the common artifacts XP, rare artifacts XP, when there's stuff in there like that for gold, just go ahead and hit purchase, because what it's going to do is it's going to help you level up your shop. And then when that arts event does come around, the higher level your shop is, the more benefit you're going to get out of it during that event, because it scales off your shop level. The lab, I've seen this event once. I would highly recommend saving all of your lab currency until that event comes out, because it's significantly more beneficial to do so when that event is here. There's not really, I don't really find a reason to spend the currency when the event's not here. You're not getting a massive amount from it. Maybe this first, second, third day that you're playing, you want to try and grab an elite hero out of here or something that pops up. I mean, so be it. But for the most part, I would not invest a lot of money into that. Also, in the store. So if we're looking at event deals, so a lot of events have gem offers. These are going to be your best friend as a free to play, because you're going to be spending gems to participate in these events versus other people maybe spending money on stuff. What you want to do, and you can even hop in the Discord and come to the channel and ask people whether or not it's going to be a good investment for those gems for that particular package. Because there are some that are really terrible that offer like one ops ticket, and it's, a massive amount of gems to a free to play. Those aren't generally considered worth it, whereas they'll have like one op ticket for 400 gems or something. That is a significantly good value for you as a free to play, especially when you're running a space racer and getting those high ops waves like wave 50, 60, and getting all that event currency for free back from the event. But I think that's all I have to say for the most part right now for my little tips and tricks that I've learned. And yeah, I'll see you next time.